A scary encounter this weekend. We found out more about a recent Smith-Jackson email.
A unique freshman experience. We have the story.
Halloween may feel far away. Get your scare fixed before it's time to trick or treat. I'm Scarlett Picard.
And I'm Brian Mazursky. Your last ELN local news before fall break starts right now.
I was really surprised. I didn't think anything like that happened close to campus, and it kind of made me a little bit scared about walking at night.
Scary. I was shocked that something like that would happen in an area like this.
I feel like maybe we should have some type of measure taken to make sure that something like that doesn't happen again.
Reactions from students after a Saturday night turns violent.
Our Jeff Ackerman is at the scene of the late night attack. Jeff.
Brian and Scarlett, a Saturday night out for one 21-year-old male ended with a trip to the hospital. We have the police reports right here, and ELN Town Police are saying that Tyler Fawcett was attacked and robbed right here on West Haggard Avenue between North Holt and Manning. The victim, who is not an ELN student, told the police that a suspect approached him and started a quick conversation when suddenly he was hit on the head with a tire iron. The victim described his attacker as a black male with dreadlocks. He also says that several others appeared and took his wallet. A friend took Fawcett to the hospital. He had a gash on his head with multiple bruises, but left without being treated. Police say there are still lots of questions to be answered on the attack.
Right now, we're just following up, but again, this is what we would consider a very isolated incident. No evidence of a larger issue, no evidence of gang-related, no evidence of ongoing crime related to this.
The university wants students to call 911 if they know anything about the incident. That's all we know right now, but we'll be sure to keep you updated with any information as the story develops. For now, on West Haggard Avenue, Jeff Ackerman, ELN Local News.
Dean of Students Smith-Jackson emailed students about the incident and gave some safety tips. First, be sure to walk in pairs at night. Also, let the people you are meeting know when you will get there. It's also important to bring a cell phone with you and be aware of your surroundings. If you're looking for a ride home, remember that the Danley tram runs until 2 a.m. each day. Campus Security Escort Service, Safe Rides, and E-Rides also provide quick transportation services.
In continuing coverage on ELN Local News, the body of missing Burlington woman Ruzi Suggs was found Saturday morning.
2 weeks ago, Suggs' family reported her missing after she dropped off a friend in Greensboro.
Suggs was found by her car in Virginia. It appeared she had swerved off the road and her poodle was found alive nearby. Police say Suggs suffered from mild dementia and that she may have gotten lost. She tried to call her family, but none of the calls went through. ELN School of Communications Internship Coordinator Negatha Tompkins is Suggs' niece. We will bring you more information on the death and funeral of Ruzi Suggs, as well as ways to support Tompkins and her family.
An outbreak of a deadly strain of meningitis. The number of cases is now at 105. 23 states are reporting cases, including North Carolina. The Centers for Disease Control says that spinal steroid shots are responsible. These shots were given in more than 75 clinics across the country for things like back pain. Symptoms to watch for include fever, nausea, and stroke symptoms like weakness and confusion. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms and have had a spinal shot recently, visit the Ellington Health Center for Alamance Medical Center.
Almost 1,200 first-year students live on campus, but one ELN student is not included in that number. Our Justin Beagle has her story.
16-year-old Mahalia Curtin is not your average first-year student. Instead of taking a few short steps to get to class, the Raleigh native commutes an hour every day.
There's always traffic when I'm driving, and there's always the morning accidents that you have to deal with. So I always end up taking an hour and a half when it's really only like an hour drive.
Curtin was told she was too young to live on campus.
You have to be 17 before the housing application deadline, and I turned 17 this month, but that's not before the deadline, so I can't live on campus my first semester.
Elon Residence Live says they are not allowed to discuss individual students, but sent ELN this email about the school's policy. An applicant who will be younger than 17 and, if admitted, must be prepared to be a commuter student, residing with a parent or legal guardian until he or she meets the age requirement. When Curtin found out she would have to commute from home, she was discouraged. She said that she thought twice before coming to Elon.
I actually didn't want to go to school here anymore because I couldn't live on campus.
Curtin says she is missing out on the social aspect of college.
It makes all your relationships seem fake because you only see them for class, and it makes you feel like you're going to high school just farther away from home.
Curtin is eligible to live on campus starting winter term, and she already has her heart set on a specific dorm.
I want the luxury life. I want to live in colonnades in the singles because I feel like I deserve it.
Justin Beagle, Elon Local News.
Elon's law school in Greensboro is being recognized for its size. National Jurist magazine ranked Elon's law school #1 in the nation for its small class sizes. The magazine reports that Elon has an average class size of 30 students, but most law classes have 72 in each class. Other schools that reported having class sizes under 40 were Penn State, University of Tulsa College of Law, and University of New Mexico. It's been the talk of Elon for weeks, and now the Chick-fil-A debate will be put up for a vote. On Thursday, SGA will take a stance and decide if they think fast food chain has a place on our campus. We will bring you the vote as it happens on ELNLocalNews.com.
Some students look forward to it every Tuesday morning. Our Alex Rose got a deeper look into an Elon tradition.
It all started in 1984. College coffee became one of Elon's oldest and most appreciated traditions. Every Tuesday, students, faculty, and staff come together with hopes of building a stronger community. Along the way, giving that extra fuel of coffee and pastries to help get through Tuesday.
It's good for when I can't eat breakfast because McEWEN closes at 10, so if I'm walking by, I'll go, hey look, muffins.
But this semester, college coffee ran out of what some might call the most important part of the tradition, the coffee itself. Since then, Mill Point Catering has been prepared for a big turnout. Employee Drew Foss told us what they did differently the next time around.
We try to make several more backups of regular and decaf so we could be prepared this time.
But the free food isn't the only thing that keeps students coming.
College coffee is also a great setting to talk about conflicts on campus or anything that important to happen, like the Not on Our Campus last year. I was able to attend, even though I couldn't go to everything about the Not on Our Campus. It was nice to see President Lambert be able to speak at a time when the whole campus could show up for it.
And the faculty agree. It's a great opportunity to get involved in the Elon community.
Sure, it's a great tradition. I think it's a great way for students and the faculty members especially to get to know each other, and I think it's important to meet people who are not in our same program.
This week, the Mill Point Catering Company ensured that there was plenty of coffee to go around. I'm Alex Rose, Elon Local News.
Not sure where to find college coffee tomorrow? Be sure to follow EU College Coffee so you know where to get breakfast every Tuesday.
Maya Angelou visited campus Thursday and spoke to a packed alumni gym. The legendary poet and author was the speaker for the fall convocation. Students, faculty, alumni, and friends of Elon came to hear Angelou share her life story as a young girl in racist towns in Arkansas and Missouri. She gave words of inspiration on how to live life as someone's rainbow in the clouds, her theme. Before the speech, Elon's Black Cultural Society honored the literary icon for her outstanding humanitarianism and for celebrating people and cultures.
Less than a month to go until Election Day, and the Romney and Obama campaigns are kicking into high gear. Here's how both candidates are looking in the polls. The most recent Rasmussen poll shows President Obama and Governor Romney tied at 48%. Obama holds a slight lead in the critical swing state of Virginia and a 1% lead in Ohio. The poll gives Romney a 4% advantage in North Carolina. But when it comes to last week's debate, a CNN poll reveals 67% of adult Americans thought Romney was the winner. And Obama and Romney get a break this week, but their running mates will debate the issues in Kentucky Thursday. The debate will start at 9 p.m. for the vice presidential candidates. Topics will include both domestic and foreign affairs. The presidential nominees will be back at it on Thursday, October 16th.
Some changes coming to ELN in the next year, and one of them is the leadership program. The new Leadership in Education Development, or LEAD, replaces the Isabella Cannon program. Students will have more flexibility in completing their program at their own pace. Instead of a four-phase program, students complete LEAD in 3 tiers. Leadership Director Steve Mancarini said the new leadership program will better prepare students to be successful leaders post-ELN.
We want more students to be a part of the program and to recognize the leadership potential they have already within themselves, so that way they can exemplify that out there within our campus and then beyond after they graduate.
The School of Communications has some changes coming its way too. ELN's second largest major has outgrown its home in McEWEN. Renovations to expand the building are scheduled to begin within the next 3 to 4 years. Plans were just released. The parking lot next to McEWEN will connect the current school to Long. Dean Paul Parsons of the Communications School wants to bring all communications majors back under the same roof.
Our goal is to try to pull everyone together again because we function best as a holistic school when we're under the same roof.
All on-campus housing requires a Phoenix card to get into the building, but now residents in Colonnade C need their card to get into their hallways. Make sure you keep your eyes closed while swimming in Campus Rec's Beck Pool. The pool now uses salt water instead of chlorine. The new salt water should cut down on itchy skin that some swimmers experience in chlorinated pools. We spoke with Physical Plant's Jimmy Cariza to find out why the switch has been made.
The cost of the chlorine and then the CO2 to knock the chlorine down was extremely high. That's where we started thinking of alternative methods.
Coming up, she's the one who put that pink parking ticket on your car. But find out the story behind ELN's parking enforcer. And racing for a good cause and some good color. More after the break.
Halloween is here early for one haunted trail in Greensboro.
More ELN local news after the break.
Parking on Williamson for too long can lead you a hefty fine. The lady behind those fines tells our Steve Roth what many students may not know about her.
I've had as many as 27 tickets in a day.
She's the woman marking your car tires with chalk and making sure you're only in 1 hour parking for 1 hour. Ultimately, she's the woman who signs your parking ticket. Her name is Lake Blaylock, and she's been Elon Town Police's parking enforcer for the past 2 years. But 8 years ago, something made her job a lot harder.
In 2004, I slid out of a minivan and started having awful pain in my back.
Blaylock went to Duke Hospital, where doctors told her that her left kidney was deformed and had to be taken out.
When they went in to remove it and the test come back, it was positive.
Blaylock was diagnosed with cancer and has been battling it on and off ever since. Last fall, Blaylock says walking down this street became impossible.
I wasn't able to go to Christmas that year. I felt pretty sorry for myself.
Chemotherapy caused her to lose a lot of weight and all of her hair and forced Blaylock into a wheelchair. With all that she has been through, Blaylock is not sure what's next.
I hope to be around to watch my grandsons grow up. That's my big goal.
Blaylock still struggles with walking, but the tumor has stopped growing, and she refuses to give up the fight.
I look at it as the devil. Okay? That is the devil, and I've got to beat him. And I'm going to give it all I got.
Steve Roth, ELN Local News.
Our thanks to Steve Roth for that story. Fall break is almost here, and for some ELN students, that means a long drive home. We found the best places to fill up before you head out in this week's Pump Patrol. The cheapest gas near campus is $3.59 a gallon. The Marathon and BP on Haggard, as well as the Shell on South Church Street, have gas at that price.
The Color Run craze has come to cities across the nation, and now it's at ELN.
Students got colorful for a cause on Saturday for the first ever Color Run. Nearly 500 runners showed up at South Campus to run a 2K, or about 1.3 miles.
Those students arrived fresh and clean. The end result was a little different.
Runners were hit with purple, red, and yellow dye as they made strides through the course. Some students planned for after the event,
Take a shower.
but the runners were out for more than just fun exercise. The money from the event goes towards ELN-thon, ELN's 24-hour dance marathon that benefits Duke Children's Hospital. Runners were the name of a patient, so the 1.3-mile run meant a little more than just a good time. Executive Director of ELN-thon, Senior Allie Weller, says they'll be working year-round to support the event.
We do fundraising all the time, so every week we're kind of coming up with something new. This will probably be one of the bigger ones in the fall, but we do littler things all the time.
She says it was a great way to start raising money and support for the Spring Dance Marathon.
Once we pay for all the paint and stuff like that, it'll make about $5,000, which is pretty cool.
Katie Mergy, ELN Local News.
ELN hosted their faculty music recital in Whitley Auditorium on Sunday. ELN professor Charles Hogan took to the stage with Minnesota's Robert Ridgell. The pair played an assortment of pieces from Handel and Moran, classical composers. Ridgell is a popular recitalist across the country. Hogan played the piano, and Ridgell was featured on the organ. Junior Lindsay Glosson is starting a new program called Open Doors. The organization will give students the chance to talk about how they've been affected by alcohol use. Each meeting will feature personal stories. The goal of the group is to give students a way to connect to others with similar experiences and break the social norm on alcohol use.
I don't want anyone to feel labeled or squelched. I don't want them to think that they don't have a voice. So it's just going to be a safe, open place to come and be honest and not without the fear of any type of judgment or stigma.
The interest meeting is tomorrow at 8 p.m. in Mosley 216. Spooky fun, how to get involved in the Halloween spirit early. Stick with us.
We'll tell you what the bark is all about.
It's ranked as one of the top 10 scares in the country, and it's only 30 minutes down the road. Our Allison DeMora visited Woods of Terror this weekend to kick off the Halloween season.
Running away from your worst nightmare. People just coming out of nowhere and just scaring you.
Anybody with a knife.
I visited Woods of Terror in Greensboro this weekend, where making you scream is their specialty.
You pop out and the first person falls back and the next person falls back. I played dominoes with them.
I thought I was brave enough to handle the haunt, but I couldn't make it through without getting spooked. Director of Public Relations and Marketing at Woods of Terror, Deborah Bryant, says the attraction feels so real. And that's what makes it one of Reader's Digest's top 10 scares in the country.
We did everything except kill somebody out here. That's what you're going to experience when you come out here.
Woods of Terror actors and makeup artists go through months of training before they become a part of the show.
We take it very serious, the actor part. No matter how good the haunt looks, if I don't have good actors, the haunted house is not good. Yeah.
Does she have anything to say?
Dawn will not talk.
Oh, okay.
She's very silent. It's a silent woman. I like that.
But the actors aren't the only ones who got to scare.
Dawn is scary yet. She's very excited. Here at the Woods of Terror, guests can make their way through the haunted trail or become a part of it.
I got my makeup done to look like the creatures you'll find in the woods.
Can I take you as my wife?
But I think I'll leave the scaring to them. Allison DeMora, ELN Local News.
There was a whole lot of barking in the Burlington City Park Saturday for the 3rd annual Wolf Stalk. Our Joe Bruno found out what the woof was all about.
Hundreds of people and canines strolled the Burlington City Park Saturday for some tail wagging, paw shaking, and camera licking fun.
You know, you could have a really awful, rotten day and you come home to your dog and everything is completely erased.
It was a gathering of companionship and music. Sponsored by the Alamance County Humane Society, Wolfstock united all breeds of dog lovers.
A lot of mutts, a lot of purebreds. There's something for everybody. And there's puppies too.
It seems like you could find any dog at Wolfstock, like Tiger the Rottweiler. There's Monty the Greyhound. And some came in costumes like Haywire the Chihuahua. But they all came for one reason, and that's to bark in the park.
If you're sad, they can sense that. They will cheer you up. They will make you give a reason to put your feet on the floor every day.
They give me more love than I can ever think about trying to give them.
There was miniature golf and face painting for those not interested in a little puppy love, but for those who were, Wolfstock was the place to be. Joe Bruno, ELN Local News.
Coming up, the football team traveled to Boone this weekend to take on rival App State. We have all the highlights from the road. And soccer was at it again this weekend. Find out how they fared against Furman next in sports.
Over 13 million people are affected by famine, war, and drought in the Horn of Africa.
When you hear about suffering on this scale, you feel powerless.
But there's hope, because saving lives doesn't take a lot.
It just takes a lot of us.
Text a donation of $10, but do more than donate. Forward the facts to everyone you know.
Forward from our site.
Forward on Facebook.
And forward on Twitter.
We are the relief.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking.
Viking. Red State. Blue State. Vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities, our families,
united.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Last year, the Phoenix fell to the Appalachian State Mountaineers in a tight battle at Rhodes Stadium. Let's see how they fared in Boone on Saturday. Here's some of App State's band having some fun dancing, but the Phoenix were enjoying themselves too with the first score. The Mountaineers would respond with a Jamal Jackson pass to Stephen Miller. Wilson looks for Millette here, finds him, but the referee actually calls Millette out of bounds, thus resulting in a Shriner field goal. Here's Wilson again with a smooth sailor to Kiari Brown up the middle. An App State interception soon after would end any Elon momentum, and the Mountaineers would capitalize as Jackson finds Tony Washington for a 54-yard catch and run to find the end zone. 17-10 at half. Millette scores his second TD early in the third quarter, but App comes right back with this Andrew Peacock 25-yard TD. The Phoenix get to midfield, and Wilson goes for Millette in the end zone, but Demetrius McCray says, "Gimme that." Yosef Country fired up after that one. And Miller and Jackson are at it again, connecting for a sixer and going up 28-17 over the Phoenix. There's hope for Elon, though, as Wilson finds Millette for a third time in the end zone. Wilson had 419 passing yards on the game, but those numbers wouldn't do it, as he also threw 3 interceptions. This last one sealing the victory for the home team, 35-23. Here's what Wilson had to say about the tough loss in Boone, and Millette touches on what it'll have to take for a strong second half of the season.
All credit goes to them for playing good football, but we were excited. It was, one of the biggest games of the year for us. Always when we play App, always look forward to it and whatnot. So it was good. We were excited. We just came up short.
I scored, and I'm gonna stay within myself. But if you can see into my eyes, you'll see that fire burning. With I'm dominating. There's nothing you're gonna do to stop me every time I score.
On Tuesday, the men's soccer team took down the West Virginia Mountaineers, who were ranked 18th in the nation. Coming off that huge victory in Morgantown, the Phoenix battled another nationally ranked team on Saturday night in conference opponent Furman. And a physical game it was. Here's Matt Wesco wrestling for position as he loses the ball. The Phoenix would miss a near goal here as Furman goalkeeper Doug Ryan bobbles the ball. As time expires in regulation, the Paladins have one more chance to put it in the net with this corner kick. It results in nothing as it's headed away. Coach Darren Powell rallies his troops as the game goes into OT. Now watch closely. Westco tips this one up for number 20, Chris Thomas. Thomas gets held and he's awarded the PK, and it goes in the right-hand corner. That's the win. It's an immediate bench-clearing celebration as ELN goes on to beat their third nationally ranked opponent.
Thank you so much, Jimmy, for those updates. That is all the time that we have for ELN Local News. For all the news that matters to you, check out our website at elonlocalnews.com.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at ELN Local News. And don't forget to check out Facebook as well.
From all of us here at ELN Local News, have a great weekend and fall break. Good night.